without further ado, I would love to bring on Shanel. And Shanel, here, hello, hello, welcome.
Oh, hello, Jenny. How are you today?
Doing very well. We're so excited that you're here. And if everyone, before Shanel gets started, I'd just love to introduce you to her. She is the Senior Director at Regent, passionate about travel and helping others explore the world. She's a skilled 28 plus year veteran in the travel industry and well-traveled individual herself, and she enjoys sharing that with others through virtual various lenses. And just she is so excited you're here, which I'm sure she'll tell you more about herself, and we couldn't be more delighted. So please take it away, Shanel. Oh, actually, one thing I forgot to kick us off here. We have a little interactive poll, and we'd love to know, have you sailed with Regent Seven Seas Cruises before? Just a yes
Well,
or
thank you,
no.
Jenny.
Oh, you're welcome. I'll share out the results here. They're coming in hot, and appreciate the
Awesome. Love this.
118 people so far who have answered. I'll let it just run for a couple more seconds. If by
Sure.
chance we're going to do a few of these, so if we run out of time when it pops up, feel free to just pop your answers in the Q&A box. But I'm going to end the poll here and share it out with everybody. This is exciting.
There, look at there. Well, welcome everyone. As Jenny said, I'm Chanel Knight with Regent Seven Seas Cruises, and I'm excited to be with you on today. And I hope you are prepared to join me because and being this is going to be an interactive session, right? So I hope you came prepared to present with me. I'm just not going to do all the talking myself. So the first thing was we shared the poll with you about Regent, and those numbers look very good. So it's good to see how many of our loyal guests are still on and looking forward, those who are looking forward to learning more about Regent. So thank you all. I really appreciate it because you can be doing a million other things on today. But there's never been a better time than to connect with Regent. And yes, we're going to talk about exploring the world here shortly, but I'm super excited about our brand and where it's going. If you've traveled with us before, many of my partner friends will know, of course, they'll say, Chanel will always say, well, we must evolve. It's not our grandfather's Buick. And that is something we are doing today. In case you haven't seen a Buick commercial recently, they've changed quite a bit. Actually, one looks like a Cyrus Lamborghini these days. So just check it out. So, with that being said, it's just saying luxury looks different. It's not that there's anything less in terms of service or offering you the best that you deserve. It's saying that it may look a little different. I oftentimes, of course, we show before you my pillars, but oftentimes I share about Nike has always ran the sneaker game. But today, Jimmy Choo is in the sneaker world. I know him quite well, and they're very comfortable on my feet, in addition to Gucci and so many others. So it's just that luxury looks different. And everyone wants nothing but the best, right? So that's why you're here today. Here is my DNA at Regent, ladies and gentlemen. These are our four pillars. And the number one thing most guests look at Regent for is about immersive exploration. They truly look for that experience when traveling, of course, around the world. And of course, having the most luxurious accommodations at sea with our array of suites our range anywhere from 350 square feet currently to over 4,000. Now when you continue to look at that, I mean, I'll talk about prestige. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because I'm super excited. That's saying, how would you like to experience traveling with Regent? In addition to that, of course, we have world-class chefs on board to deliver epicurean perfection to delight anyone's culinary palate. And of course, you can have the best, beautiful, shiny ship with the largest suites, the most luxurious accommodations, the finest marble, and not have the best crew. Well, we are super excited to share that with you. We have an amazing crew, which now completes the full scope of what most look for when they're looking to travel and have the finest when on their vacations. Our heartfelt hospitality from our amazing crew delivering exceptional service all around the world. And for my past guests that are on today, I'm sure many of you probably have some a few crew members you may keep in touch with or remember, and it's nothing like going back on board, right? And the crew recognizes you. They have this special talent. I don't know how they do it, but they do it time and time again. So, without assuming that my guests who are looking to possibly sail with me, hopefully in the near future, that you know what my ladies look like. I just wanted to share a quick example here for you for my ladies. These are the lovely ladies of Regent Seven Seas Cruises that graces the runways all throughout the world. Our accommodations are across, ranging from 480 square feet, 480 guests, on to about a little under 750. Quite the experience, right? Like just sailing on your private yacht with a couple hundred friends. But the interesting part about having the world's most luxurious fleet is the space ratio that we have on board when you're sailing with us. To not feel like you're part of a herd, to definitely sail in comfort, and also to be on such an intimate vessel. I've been in this industry, as Jenny mentioned at the top of the session, for over 28 plus years. To date, I've been on over 200 plus cruises in my lifetime. So I can tell you pretty much about every ship in the marketplace, any type of cruising in the marketplace. And the interesting thing is that each one are different. And not only are they different, it's the opportunities that they present. But I promise you, there is nothing like the Regent Fleet having so much experience under my belt, which is why I'm so passionate about our brand. And for those who have sailed with us in the past, I'm sure you could give a quick testament of your Regent cruise and how amazing it was. But the also interesting factor about our ladies and having that intimacy, being able to get into unique ports of calls, when I'll talk about here shortly, that's also the beauty of it. You know, at this stage in my life, with 50 and some pluses, I love the larger ladies in the past. My children are much older now, and I look for more of an intimate vessel, something I could navigate a lot easier, something that's definitely a little more intimate for me, and something that I can take my own pace. I don't feel like I'm rushed, especially if you're in ports, different ports of calls. You want to be able to get off your ship in like 20 minutes, not 2 hours. So it also changes that experience. So it's just little things to factor that make a major difference, ladies and gentlemen. So now that you're familiar with my ladies, I just want to share a quick snippet of a day in the life on board Regent. No matter where in the world you travel with us, there's always going to be enrichment activities available for you. Now, it's interesting, before we get into destinations, keep in mind, oftentimes many of you use the ship as the destination, and we value that and understand that. Therefore, we have great programming available for that as well. And of course, there's nothing like the entertainment. And I promise you, everybody's not asleep by 5:30. Now, if you want to go to sleep at 5:30, that's fine. But I promise you, everyone's not. So there is nightlife on Regent, because that's a major misconception. It's something that I hear quite often. Having the ability to touch over 1,000 advisors every year, and oftentimes many of their clients through sessions such as this or live interaction. Oftentimes I hear, Chanel, is there a nightlife on Regent? Absolutely. And I'd love to share this one story that in guest relations, I'll never forget, we received a letter once about someone complaining about it was too loud. The party was going on far too long after 11. And that definitely made me smile. Of course, we never want to inconvenience our guests, but it's just a testament to say, yes, there is nightlife. But aside of Broadway shows, there's, of course, full casinos on board and other activities that you can take part in. And of course, there's nothing like starting your day at ease, not feeling like you're rushed. I have to hurry up and get up and make it to breakfast at this time, get off the ship because I have to beat this individual off, et cetera, et cetera. It's none of that. It's at your own pace. And the beauty of it is because of our amazing unlimited shore excursions. Now, that's the beauty of my world when it comes to the inclusiveness. That's the most luxurious fleet we saw on the previous slide. But because of our inclusive concept, this is definitely the grand dame of it all. That tops the chart here for what you can expect to endure when traveling with Regent. It's our amazing curated excursions. We have our inclusive ones, of course, and there's a selection of, many you can select from. Their selections available. In addition to that, there's some you may want to elevate because you might want a private car and driver and some of the destinations, or you might want a private culinary experience, or maybe it's a special yoga experience you may want to have when we're in Bali. But here's one of my ladies here, and this is the new lady. She is set to hit the runways. She's already open for sale, as you can see, but she's set to hit the runways at sea December of 2026, just next year. And if you blink your eyes, I promise you all, we will be talking about Christmas of 26 before you know it. We're super excited about her because she's in a class of her own. She's most unique, unlike any of the remainder of our fleet, as you can see. Now, not just because of her name, but also size. So we are going to test some boundaries here. I told you we talked about evolving at the top of the session here. So with evolving, there's a few changes here. Change is good because change brings about opportunity. So what you can expect with this new lady, aside of just size and a new name, but definitely new residences at sea, some unique suites that your advisor can tell you all about. In addition to that, a new Epicurean experience, Mediterranean, that's a new concept we are adapting into the Regent fleet. Of course, for those who have sailed with us, our specialty dining is included. I'll share with you shortly, but we have selections such as our Pan Asian Fusion and Pacific Rim, our Prime 7 Steakhouse, in addition to Chartreuse, our French Bistro, and Satimari, our Italian venue. Or you can dine under the stars at our pool grill on the pool deck with our team, or have in-suite dining. But Compass Rose is our flagship restaurant, and it's available on every ship. But I'm super excited about Azure because she will be featured on Seven Seas Prestige, bringing a Mediterranean cuisine to our lineup of options that are already presented by our world-class chefs. Prestige will also boast about 10% more guests. So our largest vessel currently is up to 750. With Seven Seas Prestige will max at about 820, 821. That's also because we're increasing the size of the vessel by 44%. So think about 44% larger just for 10% more guests. That's a major difference. So space will not be a problem on Seven Seas Prestige, ladies and gentlemen. I guarantee you it will be an experience unlike any other. If you have not connected with a travel advisor thus far, I encourage you to do so at your earliest convenience to learn all about Seven Seas Prestige. She is all the rave since she's been open. There's been so much buzz and excitement about her, and you should see us around the office and coming around conferences. And everybody's super excited about what's to come. And we're counting down. It seems so far away, but yet it'll be here sooner than you know it. So let's further talk about our inclusive concept, especially if you're not familiar with the Regent brand. It's important that I do also identify what differentiates us. I shared at the top of the session what sets us apart, but this is the true differentiator, our inclusive concept. And as you can see, many of these options here, these are amenities that you desire as a traveler. These are many options that you seek, no matter what form of travel that you plan to experience, whether it's the unlimited Wi-Fi. Of course, without Wi-Fi, oftentimes it's a meltdown. So I'm that way. How soon will we have the Wi-Fi? Also, the prepaid gratuities. So you see this list here of amenities, they will far exceed many price points out there in the marketplace of just the amenities listed here alone in today's marketplace. But this is just a strong and compelling value proposition of what the Regent brand offers. Of course, checking every box of everything you could possibly desire when traveling abroad, simplifying your experience, not having to worry about so much. And I love the one night pre cruise option. excuse me, and today, and traveling, flying is kind of painful oftentimes. So you definitely need at least one night pre. So I want to call that out. Make sure that you're booking, of course, enough time to give yourself ample time to arrive in the event something happens because just air schedules. We have a schedule, but oftentimes they're delayed. I landed here in Orlando the other day and weather. Due to severe thunderstorms. I sat on the tarmac for 2 hours on an airplane after landing from San Diego. So, and I was only about 500 feet away from the gate, but they wouldn't open the ramp. So that's just little things there. But then just think about when a flight is delayed and you can't fly into the next day. Our chief luxury officer, Mr. Jason Montague, had that happen to him. So we're all feeling the woes of travel. So just pack some patience, but recognize once you get on board, everything will be fine with Regent. Now, here's a way to quantify that list that I previously shared. And that's something that you truly want to take notice of. It's very important, and you can have, sort of this type of experience with any form of travel to weigh the pros and cons of your options, especially when you're looking for nothing but the best and you're looking to simplify and have the greatest experience, of course, while traveling. And as you can see, we're most modest in this particular example. Oftentimes, you will see the Regent fare may be slightly higher. Oftentimes, it could be at par. Now, today in particular, I chose to share a Mediterranean option for you, just so you have an idea of what you could expect with Regent. Now, the interesting thing about this particular slide I love to call out is not just about price, it's other things that make a major difference when it comes to the crew to guest ratio. Sailing on My Ladies could be anywhere from 1 to 1.3, 1.2, however you may want to divide another individual. And we do welcome little people to that point aboard our vessels. So keep in mind that crew to guest ratio. So when we talk about that extraordinary service, that's how Regent is able to deliver time and time again, and in such a unique manner that it's not cookie cutter, ladies and gentlemen. It's simply just engaging with our guests, listening and taking action, and helping to exceed your expectations. In addition to that, you're looking at the space ratio. So there's things to consider with price, it's space, how much time it takes you to get off your vessel. Now, the one thing I love on this slide are the shore excursions. They're unlimited. Now, think about the opportunities where the itineraries have ports in you overnight. So maybe you decide you want to do a couple in one day. Maybe you decide I'll go out in the morning, come back to the ship at lunch. I may stay out overnight and decide to enjoy land, but the sky is the limit. So with that, I promised you that this would be interactive. So at this stage in the session, I'm going to share with you just one more question to ask: where in the world would you like to travel to next? What would you like to see and experience? What destination or which destination?
The answers are coming in. I'll just let it run a little bit longer there for folks to type it in. Again, if it ends before you're quite ready, feel free to
All
type
right.
that answer into our Q&A box. I'll go ahead and stop the poll in a second and share out those results. And can you see the results there?
No, I'm unable to see. I just see,
Okay, I'll share them from what I
okay.
can see. I apologize. It looks like
Oh,
that
it's
setting shares it
okay.
to me. We have Scandinavia, Mediterranean, Japan, Greece, Australia, Alaska, New Zealand, South Pacific, Africa, Baltics, Paris, Italy, Vietnam, England. It just goes on and on. Thanks, everybody. I'll take this off the screen now.
Awesome. This is wonderful. You all just made my day. So at least I made sure I put together a fine experience today for you to see destinations that you can explore with Regent. I'm sharing this slide because I'm sure many of you who are definitely considering Regent for the first time, or may have just talked to your travel advisor about Regent. Tell me about those folks at Regent. What's a popular destination for them? What's the number one destination? Usually is the question I get. So these two show images, yes, different, totally different destinations. But first time guests, over 70% travel with us to Alaska, ladies and gentlemen. Now, our number one destination for the company is the Mediterranean. The interesting thing about the Mediterranean, especially if you ever had an opportunity to see my Voyages to Explore brochure, that's the big book, looks like the kind of reminds you of the old Sears catalog. So I'm dating myself here. But because it's almost as if it's impossible to share the world in 4 pages. So when it comes to the Mediterranean, we have so many options that you can select from. It can get overwhelming, which is why you should work closely with your travel advisor definitely on selecting where in the Med for sure you like to travel to. But just so you remember, number one with Regent is definitely the Mediterranean. And of course, for those who are new to Regent or looking to sail with us in the future, first time guests travel with us to Alaska. Not saying that's the itinerary you should experience, but there's nothing like sailing around Alaska on a ship of all suites. And by the way, probably should have taken a step back in talking about our accommodations. If you were unaware, I don't want to assume my audience knows, but that our accommodations are all suites. So life is literally suite on region from end to end, ladies and gentlemen. So it's which suite would you like to sail in, right? But when we're talking about these destinations, I'm going to share this slide here in particular before we get a little more in depth here, understanding how you just shared the destinations of interest. But here's something also to consider with destinations even more in depth and unique experiences. Today, I mean, the pandemic has taught us all a great deal. And there's one thing we should always remember is treasure the moment. How can you capture the essence of travel through your lens? And you can do that through any and every experience. But to maximize it, we created a few programs at Regent. This is part of our Spotlight series, which are also known as theme cruises, before you. And of course, we know that many still gather for common interests. So, of course, Formula One, of course, culinary options with Chef Alain Rowe, in addition to golfing with Annika Sorstem. Or, of course, for those who are fans of art and artifacts, maybe it's the Fabergé Spotlight Voyage, but it's just those are cruises that we have. They're just normal cruises, but I love to say it's a voyage with a bonus because it's a unique experience where you can have interaction with different guest hosts or celebrities. You have book signings, meet and greets. There's so much programming around it. So if you're not familiar with it, or you can find we have a schedule of voyages with our spotlight voyages, ladies and gentlemen, and your travel advisor can definitely share with you what that looks like in terms of what's to come for the balance of 26 to learn which would be of most interest to you. I encourage you to do so. I did not want to bore you all with all the details because I have so much to cover and I want to make sure I get through everything today before the session ends. But of course, I love the shot, which is why I dialed back here to bring it back across, just so we can have that shot of Venice, right? But something else I wanted to talk about today, and this is a passion project of many of us, especially on the sales team, recognizing, of course, how today's traveler would like unique experiences, but also for those who have traveled on cruise before and maybe didn't have the best experience. Maybe that cloud is still lingering over to say, I didn't have enough time important. I felt rushed. There was not enough to do. So, this is a program we developed, and it's programming for these particular voyages that are housed in our immersive overnights program. And the cool thing about these voyages, I'm going to share with you a sample just on the next slide here. Excuse me, one second. That slide is missing. So I wanted to give you a sample of one that was earlier this year in April in Monaco. But what we have is programming that, of course, destinations that still graces everyone's wanderlust list. That's the most interesting part about it. Now, the other thing is you could have once visited this destination, but because you didn't have enough time, now you have the ability to go back and do so and at your own pace or experience as a local. Now, experiencing a destination as a local is a ton of fun if you haven't done it thus far. I encourage you to highly do so. But here's how you can do so in depth. Because for this programming, you're in port of call anywhere from 3 to 2 nights in the various ports, granting you ample time to have a full on immersive experience in each of these destinations that we sailed to. So this is that to me, that is even more exciting, especially after hearing some feedback from some of my partners and partners that I just talked to, just in business in general, of why some of their lead clients were not interested in cruising anymore. I think cruising is by far one of the best value propositions out there when it comes to a vacation experience. It provides the comfort, the ease of all the luxuries we each desire, in addition to the familiarities that you have. So, in the event there's something abroad you may not be a greatest fan of, that you still have the familiarities of home, right? And then you have safety, you have security. There's nothing you need to worry about in terms of exchange rates and so forth. So, cruising is like that package with the most beautiful bow. And when it comes to Regent, it's a satin bow. So let's go on here and we'll just talk further on here. This is all something I want to shift gears to quickly. And many of you talked about where you like to sail to next. With Regent here, as you can see, we just launched our recent new season launch. And as you can see, 174 new itineraries. So you may have thought I have found what I found on Regent, but guess what? I encourage you to return and look again. Go back for a second look. It's nothing wrong with it. Maybe you'll book a second or third voyage this time around. But I love what our team has done. They've done such a phenomenal job to provide not just the new itineraries, but more in-port overnights. Okay, that is something I truly enjoy, to experience that destination for more than just the day, and also new ports of calls. And of course, for those who do have the time for the grand voyages. But the interesting thing about our itineraries is that you have the ability to book back to back because they're not repeating each and every week if you're not familiar with us. Having that ability, you can create your own grand voyage or Arctic Circle, depending on where we are in the world, or whether it's taking advantage of some of our segments in our world cruise. So, here are just a few of our new ports I wanted to share with you right quick. I'm not going to call them out name by name, but I believe I checked the box of almost everyone's destination they mentioned. So, yeah, I kind of set you up with that question, but I'm happy that you shared. And it's a confirmation that region is definitely on track of what trends are still out there in the marketplace, and where our clients and our future prospects would love to still seek areas to explore around the world. And the ability to, you'll see a lot of these are unique, especially not all the large ladies are able to get into these ports of calls. That's also the ability of being able to travel on an intimate voyage. Because we have that option there, that also makes us unique and makes the vacation, it changes your entire experience when you have that option there. And again, it's not overran by thousands of people. So there's so many things to weigh when you're considering your vacation. Trust me, I had that happen to me in Alaska earlier this year, and it makes a tremendous difference in how you experience a port of call when it's not overran by thousands of people. So again, work closely with your travel advisor on seasons, when the best time it is to visit that particular destination, what's available, of course, and try to ask maybe which other ships may be in port during that time. The sky is the limit when it comes to our travels today. We are beyond blessed because we have this amazing option. And when it comes to talking about region and just the region experience of its own, our crew is just so amazing. It's your home away from home, and it's important that you feel that from the moment you step on board, no matter where in the world. And as you can see, our global footprint is massive. Look at the overnight stays. Again, checking of your boxes for your Wonderlist list. And I say Wonderlist because I don't think buckets are attractive. So I say Wonderlist list. So still checking the box of everything on your Wonderlist list, destinations that you still seek to visit. Maybe you want to visit for a second time. And this is the opportunity you'll have to really have that full on experience. Maybe it's heading back to Shanghai, or maybe spending more time in Rio for that matter, or maybe it's Ho Chi Minh City that you want to spend more time in. Here's another slide. I don't want to rush you through it. I just want you to take it all in. And as I hope you feel my excitement because this new season launch really had me on edge. It's like, oh, I like to book that itinerary. I want that one too. I want that one too. So the cover of the brochure I shared a few slides ago. I'm just going to jump back a little bit. This is the cover of the new destination, the new season launch brochure. So your travel advisor definitely can share that with you. I want to make sure that when it comes to everything that you'd like to experience, sorry, I got a little ahead of myself. Everything that you'd like to experience that you see and think about, many of these voyages are part of maybe it's our immersive overnights or also part of our spotlight voyages. And again, spotlight voyages are also known as themed cruises, ladies and gentlemen. Again, that's the sailing with the bonus. And again, having to gather for common interests, or maybe you show up on one of our spotlight voyages. I missed a few this year. There were quite a few culinary and wine and spirits earlier on. So just again, work closely with a travel advisor to learn which are available. The other thing I wanted to talk about, just to make sure you are aware, I touched on the accommodations that we have on board our ships. Oftentimes I get asked questions, Chanel, do you have accommodations for singles? Where the suites are not built for a solo traveler, we do welcome solo travelers on board. I'll touch here shortly of the different promotional offers we do have around our solo travel program so that you can see what the single supplement is. So there's no smoke and mirrors. We put it out there, what's there. The beauty of our world is also that region is always in great demand. And that's the consistency of the brand promise that we deliver to not just extraordinary service, but also visiting the destinations that our guests and future guests, our past guests and future guests desire to travel to. These destinations here, I just get so excited. It's like, okay, I can take this time. I'm looking, thinking about this time of year. I don't know about you, but I encourage you to chart out about a 5 year plan. Most of us have our own financial advisor, and we have our financial plan charted out for us for the rest of our lives. But I encourage you to do something similar for travel. And I'll go back to, of course, the one thing, the blip on the radar, the pandemic that no one really likes to reference. But the pandemic brought about many opportunities. I think it brought about awareness for us and something we're so busy running about and not realizing what mattered most in life. So I encourage you to chart a 5 year plan. Maybe you have from plan A through G for that matter, and you decide beyond 5 years and you decide, you know what, we're going to start with G. We'll hop to C, we'll go next to E, maybe we'll go back to A. So it's just a matter of having options. That's something we all value, especially, in North America, we love choice. Choice is something we value the most. It's especially asking someone who's on a strict diet or meal plan and you have choice of unlimited jello. Trust me, you can be most creative. So think about the choices that you have available at your disposal. Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Cruising is confusing. I'll be the first to tell you that. So that's why it's also important to work closely with your travel advisor because you're hearing so much information and it could become overwhelming. Work closely with your travel advisor. Think about it. When your vehicle is having problems, you don't take it to the dentist. You take it to a mechanic, to the dealer. So therefore, work closely with a travel professional who knows the ins and outs. In addition to that, what if we make a change? What if there's an option available you're unaware of because maybe you're just not reading news or emails, etc. So having someone to be there for you and to assist you through the process of traveling and booking your travels is essential and a high value. The expertise that they bring to the table is unlike any other. And trust me, your travel advisor works very hard and closely with us, not just on negotiations, but remaining also educated, staying ahead of trends, staying ahead of new announcements that are coming about. So, of course, in talking about all available at your disposal, from destinations, looking at my ladies that grace the runways all around the world, we put together an exclusive offer. Now, I did go out to 2027, so I covered destinations through 2027 as well. But it's one wherein you have just a bonus that's out there. Now, I'm going to share another slide that's going to be a little tricky here. So watch closely. This is for new bookings. So, of course, here's a current promotion that's also available in the marketplace. And these are the destinations. So it's more of the domestic ports. So I don't want to confuse you there. So again, there's an option to work closely with your travel advisor. I'm going to go back. I'm going to take my time here. Start off with the exclusive in case you want to make sure you did capture that. Applicable to 25 through 2027 available voyages. And of course, the promotional code is required at time of booking during September 10th through September 28th, ladies and gentlemen. Now, here's another option. You're like, girl, you're just providing everything. Absolutely. Because I said the sky's the limit, right? So Regent is offering a first class air promo to domestic destinations. Here are a few samples here just for you to have an idea of what I'm referencing. And the interesting part is my lady, Seven Seas Mariner, she's undergoing refurbishment and she will roll out December 10th. Mariner's my favorite lady, in case you can't feel that. Why? Because she has a soul. She has a soul unlike any other, and she's going to be the first of the Voyager class to roll out. Once she rolls out, she's going to look more of like our Explorer class, more of like Grandeur. If you've ever been on Grandeur, you say, why? We're evolving. Luxury looks different. But many of our past guests would like to enjoy some of the amenities and experiences that we also have on the newer vessels, such as Grandeur, Splendor, and Explorer, which are true game changers. That's how we set the bar of having the world's most luxurious fleet. But these ladies here, Mariner, boast a unique experience. And I tell you what, you have an option, you have an opportunity, whether it's one of these voyages, whether it's another voyage you choose to experience on Mariner. After she rolls out, she'll come out right before her 2026 World Cruise. But I encourage you or invite you back to rediscover Seven Seas Mariner. I talked about our solo traveler. If you're on today, guess what? Regent loves you too. On select voyages, we do have 0% supplement. On some of the other voyages, the supplement differs. So it's not on all. So the key word on here on this particular slide is select. So again, work closely with your advisor. Now, I love this slide, of course, for many reasons, because there's another option for our solo traveler. Now, this is something we rolled out with the new season launch that we just launched back in July. Where am I? Which month am I in? September. So we rolled out our new season launch and a new program, as you can see, on Explorer class ships. So here's yet another unique opportunity. Maybe you're joining friends, maybe you're joining family, maybe you're putting a group of solo travelers together and you're working closely with your travel advisor that you all want to explore and see the world together. I love this shot. This is in the Grand Mosque in Abu Dhabi. I was blessed to visit there and pray there last March during Ramadan last year. So I love this particular slide for many reasons. Of course, in Alaska there, always great to visit Alaska and observe the wildlife. So why did I share all of this? Because of this that I love to share when it comes to the options that are available. So I shared with you the exclusive offer. I also shared with you our current promotional offer with the first class air. So keep in mind of combinability. This is what makes the vacation experience even sweeter. Yes, we have our bespoke amenities of all the inclusions out there, but guess what? We also have some other luxuries. So whether there's a ship or credit, and for those who are new, you may say, hey, crazy lady, I thought you were an inclusive product. We still are. But guess what? Maybe you want to use your ship or credit for a spa experience. Maybe you want to use it in the boutique, or maybe you want to elevate or have a private car and driver and do a private and unique shore excursion. So that's what the shipboard credit can be used for in the event you were unaware. But you can combine that option with other wonderful programs that your travel advisor has options to, from amenity programs, hosted sailings. They have other bonuses that are available to you. This is only available through your travel advisor, not calling me direct. So it is to your advantage, again, to work through your travel advisor. In case you haven't noticed yet, I love travel advisors. And I have many, many friends across our industry. And it's one wherein I believe in the travel advisor. I have my own personal travel advisor. Cruising is confusing, as I said. And yes, I have worked in the industry over 28 plus years, but I'm not good at planning my travel. Oftentimes, even just booking my own air for events. I'm like, wow, I wish my travel advisor can handle this for me and coordinating and curating everything for my business travel. But keep in mind, you also have the option to include it with our public offer. We have a public offer and the marketplace of the first class air. And this is a current offer. We have the flash sale that you saw on the screen. So not only do you have that single option, you can have a double and you can have a triple dip depending on the voyage that you're looking at, or it could be a quadruple. So look at that. The sky is the limit over here at Regent. It's how would you like to experience your next vacation? Where in the world can we take you? And let us exceed your expectations. So reach out, make sure you are asking all the right questions, of course, about the destination, and have, like I mentioned, at least 5 years there. Maybe you are a traveler that travels twice a year and you want to book two cruises. There's options there. Maybe you want to double up in the year. I don't want to just assume it's annual. Or maybe you do three in a year. I wish I had that disposable, that time, but maybe you do. So there's an option there. Make sure you are taking advantage of every blessing you have before you. We have the ability to see the world in such a unique way. Region does provide that. We check every box for not just the value proposition, but also the accommodations. We all have worked hard, and where we are in our lives, we deserve nothing but the best. I laugh oftentimes. Of course, we work hard to bless our families, but enjoy it yourself. See the world, have the most incredible immersive experience. And maybe it's one of our immersive overnights. Maybe it's one of our spotlight voyages that you're seeing the world. In the past, we've partnered with Ancestry.com. We've had other spotlight voyages. That was just a few examples that I provided with you. And we've had, of course, you have meet and greets, different celebrities, different mixers. The Formula One was really cool. They had a car on board. They had a simulator on board. They got to meet drivers. Oftentimes we tie in excursions with it as well. So it's full on programming. So just a unique way to enjoy a voyage. And of course, having our crew. We welcome everyone. And if you are looking to travel with us and you say, you know what, Chanel, I'll be a first time Regent guest. And I'm not sure because I may be pinnacle status here, diamond status there. Well, everyone's welcome and everybody's a VIP at Regent. And in case you were unaware, we do have programming for first time Regent guests where we have full on welcome reception, welcoming you on board from our general manager, our teams on board to make you and indoctrinate you into our family. It's interesting to see our past guests. They love to see first time guests and they can recognize them. Trust me. Our guests are so savvy, our past guests, and they want you to feel excited about the brand they are so loyal and adore. And they bring you on in to introduce you and make you feel right at home. It's nothing like traveling abroad, not knowing many and feel that type of love and that type of genuineness. So I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen, traveling with Regent will be one of the best decisions. As you can see, I did not mention our culinary arts kitchen that is available on board. That's also another activity that's available. That's currently on the Explorer class vessels. That's Explorer, Seven Seas Explorer, Seven Seas Splendor, and Seven Seas Grandeur. That is one of the most coolest experiences on board. Now, keep in mind, you can do that as a couple, you can do it as a solo traveler. It's a great way to meet people, learn about a new cuisine, just have a unique experience on board the ship. Of course, in our Epicurean perfection, again, creating some of the most amazing culinary dishes that will just have you salivating. Pacific Rim, I can think about the watermelon duck salad. I can think about the ribs there. I can think about the spring rolls. I can think about Prime 7, the ribeye. Think about the bone-in ribeye. I could just go on and on. Chartreuse. I mean, you just go on and on. And just having that full-on experience there with our crew, with our chefs, and again, exceeding your expectations. I hope you feel the love from us at Regent. We truly are blessed. We love what we do. We are super proud of our team, whether that be shoreside, shipside, and I'm grateful to also be a part of this wonderful team. I say thank you all. I know we have one more question left for you. I'm hoping I was able to answer any and every question you may have had about Regent. If you had any misconceptions, I hope I was able to clarify. If not, you're more than welcome to ask a question, share with your travel advisor. I'm sure they can answer as well, but I'd be happy to do so. Of course, I'd like to know how soon can we welcome each of you on board a Regent ship?
Thank you, Chanel. Your love for Regent shines through, and I've just got that up on the screen for everybody. And it looks like the numbers have slowed, so I'm going to share that out so that you can see. There you go.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to welcoming you all on board. And if you're on the fence, keep thinking about it. I guarantee you, when you do your comparison, think about that value comparison example I shared earlier. You will definitely reconsider. And the price point, when you look at what's available out there with the unlimited excursions, that value component alone, I mean, that is a tremendous, tremendous opportunity. I was in Alaska on another vessel and I was with friends, but I saw families of four and I was looking at, thinking about those shore excursions for a family of four. They add up, especially when you're looking at $600 a pop. So just consider and again, weigh all those other benefits. Think about the features, the advantages, and the benefits that all will answer what's in it for you. And I guarantee you, it will exceed your expectation. And in case I didn't touch on it, I don't believe because I was trying to cover so much, we are super excited to have Mr. Jason Montague back into the fold with the family. Jason Montague is our Chief Luxury Officer. Prior to his short retirement, he was our president, but he's returned out of retirement as he missed the brand so much, but he came back in a unique role for Oceania and Regent. In case you didn't know, Oceania is also a sister brand under the NCLH umbrella with Norwegian Cruise Line. So Jason has returned, and having Jason back, it has enhanced the product so much and elevated us. So, like I said, there's so much I can't share. I really want to share with you about what's to come for Mariner and Voyager with unique experiences, because again, we want to exceed your expectation. In addition to other enhancements with the refurbishment, the investments that we're making in technology to make it easier to book shore excursions, your dining, to make changes online. Yes, we are looking to develop an app. Now, the reason we're a little slow about, bringing on an app is because it's important to our team to not lose that person to person touch. If you think about it, many, we can do everything on the app. Don't worry, I got it on the app. Don't worry. Well, our crew doesn't want to lose that interaction. So stay tuned. That's to come as well. And we're looking forward to many more other enhancements that I'm unable to share with you. And I really wish I could, but stay tuned with your travel advisor. I'm sure they'll keep you abreast of all there is to be in the know from Regent Seven Seas Cruises.
We have some great questions coming in, Chanel, if you've got a time to take a couple of them
Sure.
here. Okay. One was about the promo code. Maybe could you back up a couple slides and we can leave that one up while we're doing the Q&A, just so they've got the code. There you go. I see it right there. So there, that's got that one up there. Thank you. And talking about the Mariner, your favorite ship was Soul. When was the relaunch date after the refurb again?
December 10th of this year, 2025.
Perfect. And then it looked like there was a June sailing that was one of the ones that had, maybe was
Yes.
it the free air? Yeah, so that's great.
Yes.
She'll be
So
fresh.
that's post refurb. Now, I didn't mention Seven Seas Voyager is also going to undergo refurbishment in 2026, and she will roll out, I believe her first sailing is May 18th that she rolls out from her full complete refurbishment. And this is not like a few curtains and some carpet. I promise you, it's full like gutting things out. Suites will be all redone, I guarantee you. So if you've ever sailed on either of those ladies prior to their refurbishment, I truly, truly encourage you and invite you to rediscover them and to sail again.
Beautiful. And speaking of sailing again, is there sort of a loyalty program for people who have sailed with Regent and are coming back for a second or a third trip with you?
Absolutely. We have our Seven Seas Society program that is for our past guests. Absolutely. So there is a loyalty program there.
Wonderful. How about theme sailings? Do you have, I guess the Fabergé, I remember was one, and what other ones are the
So
highlights
our
again?
spotlight voyages, let's see here. I didn't put that on this particular presentation. There are quite a few others here. Let's see here. Oh, sorry. My alarm just went off. Sorry about that, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
okay.
Here, I don't want to stop sharing my screen here. Just to share some examples quickly of what's available. Give me one quick second. I want to share with you all, just so you have an idea. Give me one second if that's okay.
Oh, of course.
Okay, I want you to see this. This is just incredible. And it's one where seeing is believing. It's one where words don't do it justice. Here, spotlight voyages. I put it in here. Ta-dam. Here, here we go. And I can share here on my screen here. So I'll share with you all so you can see firsthand that I didn't make it up. I didn't pull it out the sky. Why? Because it truly does exist. Here we go.
Yes, there it is. And then if you go into full screen mode, beautiful.
So that was what we had, just so you know, what took place earlier on. Of course, we have a few more for the balance of the year. As I mentioned, Ancestry.com and the wine, because those two are for the balance. In addition to those two, and of course, the ones before you. Here, did I have the other one up? Yes, that was also from the programming we had for 25. There's a few more before because we're still one right after my birthday. So we have again on cuisine with Chef
Nice.
Kent.
Thank you. And
Sure.
let's see, folks are asking, you will get a copy of the recording after the webinar today. So
Yes.
you can go through, you can click pause and you can see everything again and back it up and go forward. Do any of your cruises, are they designated as adults only?
We welcome all guests on board, none are adults only.
Okay.
But you will find that, of course, if you want to ask I would say the $1 million question is, do families travel with you? So definitely you can expect that during the summer months, especially in Alaska and the Med, also around holiday time in the tropics. And usually when the children are traveling with us, especially outside of a busy season as that, they're just very well traveled and having the ultimate field trip of a lifetime.
Thank you. Another question came in with any of the restaurants. Let's see, are they restricted unless they're pre-reserved? So are there any that really, require a reservation ahead of time?
That's a great question. And absolutely, we do require a reservation because of demand and to give everybody an opportunity to experience the specialty restaurants when sailing with us. Now, the interesting part about specialty restaurants, because what most guests will end up is in Compass Rose, because the ambiance of Compass Rose is just absolutely incredible. And we do have options and on the menu from many of the specialty restaurants that you can order in Compass Rose. But yes, reservations would be required. No charges are required, just reservations to give everybody an option, an opportunity to experience the restaurants on board.
Great, thank you. And how about on a cruise only? Are there any pre-cruise nights included, or would that be need to arrange that separately?
When you book concierge level and above, that's when you have the one night cruise pre-night included. So that one pre-night is for concierge level and above accommodation. So you may say, why should we upgrade to concierge level and above? That's one of the benefits. Or you can book through your travel advisor, your pre-hotel at your, discretion.
Wonderful. Thank you. Another question. How about cruise itineraries in the future? West Coast, Puerto Vallarta, other coastal cities in Mexico. Does this sound like something that's out there?
Well, we do cruise out. We do have a few itineraries before, like when the ships reposition, oftentimes. Definitely, we will have a handful. So there are voyages already outlined in Mexico, out of California, out of LA.
Perfect.
So,
That's
yes.
exciting. Answer yes. And how about cruise brochures, new ones coming out? Do you know when that might happen?
So new season launch brochure is the newest. So that is available. And that's for, as you can see, the voyages from 2026 on to 2028 there. In addition to the fleet calendar is available. The new Voyages to Explore brochure will be available at the top of the year as we come into the new year, because we made a few more changes here recently and want to capture all the information for the refurbishment projects that we have going on. So you can expect them then. The other thing is our Explore magazine, which is absolutely phenomenal, and it's based on regions of the world. Oftentimes, well, each quarter we change the region. The last issue was Europe. I saw yesterday via email that the next issue will be Americas. So you can definitely ask your travel advisor about the Explore magazine that region has. It really goes in depth about that region. So maybe there's other destinations you had not considered that may be of interest, but that piece is a wonderful piece. It's definitely one you'll keep on the coffee table. And again, limitless possibilities to explore the world with Regent.
Lovely. Thank you. A question, final one sort of coming in here. How about spa treatments? Are they an option? Are they included? Book ahead? Could you talk a little bit about the spa?
Spa, great question. So spa options are those treatments are additional, uh, being inclusive. Some things can't be included for us, but the spa is additional. We do have various treatments. You can use whether you ship or credit towards that. You can book reservations in advance. You can book on board. Now the thermal suite you do have access to. Now, think about when you're cruising normally, you don't have access to a thermal suite on any other vessel. So, you do have access to the thermal suite. So, you can take advantage of the heated loungers. It's just a matter of the treatments, the individual treatments that are additional.
Oh, that sounds heavenly. Are those on Alaska itineraries? That's what came into my mind.
They're available on all. So Seven Seas Explorer is the vessel that cruises Alaska currently. And I love it because she also has an infinity pool in the back and you can go through the spa to access it too.
Beautiful. Well, that's just, thank you so much, Chanel. We appreciate you being on. We appreciate everyone being on and making the time for this today. Do you have final thoughts to close us out with, Chanel, before we say farewell?
I hope everybody enjoyed the content shared today. I hope it was definitely most informative to learn more about Regent, and we look forward to welcoming you all on board soon. Thank you.
Wonderful. Reach out to your travel advisors and get those bookings to those destinations you wrote in that you're interested in. And we hope that she'll see you on board soon, one of those gorgeous ships. Take care, everybody.